Yeah, this reminds me of something I might have mentioned earlier, and that is the concept that teachers are in loco parentis. They are there in the place of parents. We are entrusting ourselves to our children to them to parent them while we're not around, okay? Now, I think as parents we have a choice. Do we want to choose de facto parents, part-time parents for our children that agree with our understanding of the way the world is, agree with our values, and want to promote the kinds of loyalties to God that we want to promote in our life? Or do we want to give our children over to part-time parents who will do just the opposite in every single area? Do we want somebody that we're going to be fighting with ideologically and working in the spare time that we have and the little time that we have, given our other responsibilities, to try to undo what they have done in all those hours that they have with their kids? Or do we want teachers that are going to be truly in loco parentis for me? Be like me there. I am so happy that in the classical school, that the Trivium Classical School, in my case, that my daughters attend, that I know that those teachers are going to be promoting the kinds of things that I would want them to hear. And they're cooperating with me. They are not fighting me.
Because when we take a child, of course, and we place them in that as delegated parents effectively, what we're saying to the child, what the child hears when I take a child, my son or my daughter, and I drop them off at school, what I'm saying to them is receive your teacher's authority as you would receive mine.
Right.
You do what you're told, you be respectful, you be obedient, you listen, you learn. So they our children are effectively being told, accept your teacher's authority as you would receive mine. So can we really say they are standing in, as Greg says, for us, in agreement with us, in harmony with the home? What happens and what we know, actually, this is not even speculative. What we know is that our young people are growing up with a hybrid worldview. They're growing up with a fundamental dichotomy right through their minds and hearts. Out of the heart spring the issues of life. On the one hand, they've got Jesus over here, who's their personal savior in a spiritual story of life, and over here, for the real facts and the real history and the real issues in the lower story, allegedly, of existence, it's the humanistic perspective. And what happens is they've got these Bible stories on the one hand, and then they've got the facts over here on the other, and then when they go off to university, and at the age of 18, and the first professor explodes their mythological faith in whatever subject matter it may be. And what we know from the research is that somewhere at least between 60 and 85% of young people have lost their faith in North America, who've grown up in Christian homes by the age of 23, and only a small percentage ever return.